Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we have two really easy DIYs for Halloween. The first is going to be this little wooden plaque. Now this one I did pick up from Walmart out of our discount store, not Walmart, one of our discount grocery stores for 50 cents. And then we are going to be using some of the scrapbook paper from this booklet from Michaels. It is the Spellbound Forest design booklet, and I did pick that up whenever their paper pads were buy one get two free. We're going to be using this little, it looks gray on camera, it's actually blue and black swirl, and then this little blue and black sort of tarot card looking piece that you can cut out off of one of the pages. So you're going to start by removing any tags that is on your wooden plaque. Ours had a little staple in it that held the piece that held it onto the rack at the grocery store, so it was kind of hard to get out. So you're going to trace around your little plaque and then cut out an oval shape. We're using scissors for this. If you have a cutting mat and an X-Acto knife, you could also use that and just trace around your wooden piece as well. However, if you're having a child make these crafts, I would go with scissors. It's a little bit safer. So then you're going to Mod Podge your wooden plaque really, really well. This one wanted to suck up a lot of the glue that we were using, so you might have to put a nice liberal amount of your Mod Podge on there. Then you're going to stick down your piece of paper, and you want to take your fingers and kind of fold that paper over the edges of that oval, because we are going to go back in later with an X-Acto knife and just clean up the edges a little bit better where it's hanging off. So this is after our little papers had dried. All we did was glue that little square card to the center of that plaque once the marble piece was down. And this rope that we're gluing on is from Dollar Tree. And it's not the jute twine, it is the actual thicker rope, and you find this in the floral section at Dollar Tree. And this is just kind of to finish the edge, but you could use whatever you wanted, maybe like a bead strand or just paint around the edges, whatever is your personal preference. And you're just going to hot glue this all the way around and then snip it where it meets in the middle here. And then for sitting this sign up, I just used a little metal picture easel from the Dollar Tree to sit it up. You could attach like a little hanger if you wanted to hang it. Now this is our little potion bottles display. This one is super easy. We're using wooden craft dowels from Dollar Tree. We're going to paint them black with just some of this apple barrel paint. Now, the little wooden boxes you can pick up from Dollar Tree, these ones are actually from Walmart. These were on clearance aisle for only 50 cents. Again, I'm going to be using some of this beautiful paper from the Spellbound Forest scrapbook pad. And we have decided on this gray background with little, I guess, moths. Probably not butterflies. They're probably moths since it is Halloween. And spider webs. And what we're going to do is I am going to measure the sides of the outside of the box, and I'm going to cut pieces of paper that size and glue it on the outside, and that is to cover up those little flower cutouts that are on this box. I want it to look like it is solid. So now here is the little box, and I did two of these because this is going to be a double layered little display shelf. So you can see the first box is there, and you do want to give these plenty of time for the Mod Podge to dry with the paper before you move on to your next step. So these actually sat for about an hour or so before we moved on to our next step. So the only other thing that was not caught on camera is the little sticks that my daughter is gluing down here. She did go back over with some of the silver paint that we have and just kind of dry brush to make them a little bit more distressed so they weren't just a flat black color. And you're just going to glue these into each of the four corners of your box. with some hot glue. You could also use some wood glue. I know I just hauled some wood glue from Dollar Tree. They are carrying that now. And then you're going to position your box that sits on top. Make sure you get it as even as possible and as level as possible so that your little display does not tip over. And then we are going to make our little potion bottles. Now, all of these little glass bottles did come from Dollar Tree in the Crafter's Square section. And they are actual glass, not plastic, but actual little glass bottles. And the best way that I've found to fill them up for this project with the water is to use a children's medicine dropper. You're just going to pull a little bit of water up in there. Now, I would use distilled or filtered water. I wouldn't go with just straight tap water in case it has little particles of stuff in it. So we have the little short mason jar looking bottles, the little itty bitty tiny corked bottles, and then we have these tall cylinder bottles with the little screw cap. We're going to be using a combination of all of them. So she is filling those with water in the background. What we're going to be doing to color them is just put in a little bit of paint, all different kinds. There was some glow-in-the-dark paint that you saw there. There's glitter in the background. You'll see little pom-poms from Dollar Tree and styrofoam balls. This little bag of eyeballs that she's dumping out also came from Dollar Tree, and it is a really good deal. You get 125 eyeballs in there for $1. So here, that is just a little bamboo skewer. Those also are from Dollar Tree, but we're just going to use that to stir around the paint and get it mixed into the water in these bottles rather than trying to shake it up. Now this here that we're using is the Glow Away. I guess it's not actually paint, it is glow gel. And that we hauled from one of our discount grocery stores, but you can find glow-in-the-dark paint at Walmart or any of your local craft stores. And you can do these bottles however you want. If you find the little like chalkboard labels or sticker labels at Dollar Tree, you could write like maybe Eye of Newt or something on it and stick it to the outsides of these bottles if it was small enough. Anything to really just make this project yours. There's no right or wrong way to do it. So here she's going to be mixing up. The green really shows up. The first two colors you can't really see, but this one does actually get very, very bright. And then she ended up adding some pom-poms inside of there after. So this is the finished products. Your little tarot plaque on the left, and then your cute little potion bottle display on the right. If you enjoyed these projects, please give us a big thumbs up and subscribe to our channel and watch some of our other videos. Tell a friend also so they can subscribe, and we will see you guys in the next video.